I love the F-15. I think it's the best fighter we got out here right now. You got the C models that can do your air-to-air attack. I also worked on E models, where you get your ground strike capabilities. It's a great jet to work on. They've been in service a long time. We got a lot of guys who know a lot of information about the jet that you can learn from, and it's just it's really a really good feeling to watch him get off the ground and know that I did that. I made it. You make it happen. And that's one of the best feelings in the world, when you get that rumble in your gut when the jet's going to burner. So I really like it. Best job in the world, in my opinion. I'd say it's 50-50 split. We both got our names on it, so that's there's that. But it's just different parts of the plane that we work on. I like to think it belongs to me. It makes me crew a little harder on it. That it's my responsibility. But I'm not above sharing. That when they're doing that, they're actually arming the jet up. So they come by. Those are our weapons troops, our weapons specialists, and they come by and essentially do an end of runway inspection in chocks. So they're just coming by and they're pulling out all the safing pins to get the jet all armed up. So that's like the last thing that needs to be done before takeoff, really. And then yeah, they're just going around inspecting the missiles, inspecting the countermeasures. So that's basically what that is. It's just weapons troops coming by and making sure the jet's good to go. Sure. All right, so first thing we do in the morning, we come out to the spot, we check over the spot, check over the aircraft, make sure no leaks, no fasteners missing, just general health of the aircraft type stuff. Take off all our most of our Dash 21, which is all our covers. Get the aircraft prepped to go up. Check our forms, make sure we get all of our all the fuel, all of our X's caught, our red X conditions that would prevent the aircraft from flying. Make sure all that's good to go. The aircraft's ER'd, which means it's exceptional release. It's good to go up in the air. And then we inspect the jet, check it over, make sure it's clean, ready for the pilots to come out. Pilots get out here. They Yep, pilot comes out. He'll do his walk-around inspection so make sure the jet's up to his standards. He'll check the gun bay. Make sure the weapon systems are all good to go. And he'll jump up in the seat. We'll help him up with his bags. Make sure he's all situated in the cockpit. Hop down. Make sure our beamman pulls the grounding cord and is standing by, and start up the jet. Once you get both motors going, you gotta check your hydraulic systems, make sure all your servicing is good, and then you're just checking flight controls, checking airflow for the ECS system, checking your AUGs out back, make sure they open and close, there's no out around conditions, make sure nothing's jammed back there. Check your brakes, important. And then your fire loop systems, make sure all the lights are working up in the cockpit. Meanwhile, while you're doing all that on the ground, the pilot's up there doing bit checks, make sure all his systems work up to snuff. His computers, his radar, that sort of thing, navigation, comms. So while he's doing that, you're looking at the ground, still just making sure there's no leaks or anything, throwing up the servicing panels that you need to inspect under. And then once he's good up in the seat and you're good on the ground, you disconnect comms and marshal them out. And then over here we're doing the rollover and then the de-arm chocks, or the arm and chocks rather. Rollover, it's basically just making sure that the tires are good for flight, and make sure there's no FOD, metal or rocks trapped in the tires on the underside that you can't see when you first come out to look at the jet. So it's basically that, and then you arm him up and send him on his way.
Edge 17.
So far it's been a really cool experience. You know, you get to see a lot of different aircraft flying around. Love Alaska, so glad to be back here. And it's a really cool experience to be able to, you know, you don't often home station, pilots are just doing their training missions and stuff. It's not really simulated action the way it is here. So it's really cool to hear about that stuff when they come back. You know, you can ask them, you know, how did you do, how to go, and it's just cool that they're getting that sort of training for themselves and just being a part of it, and seeing all the other jets go up and getting a little competitive, seeing how many the pilots shoot down when they get back. You know, that's always fun to hear about too. So it's a real good bonding experience with the guys out here, because, you know, you're away from home station, you just kind of have to make do with what you have. So it's awesome to bond with the other guys on the line and the pilots, you know, making it really a cohesive unit. Well, I mean, the operational tempo is like, even back at home station, it's constantly changing anyways. I mean, it's always fast paced, but, you know, the hours are changing, the flying hours are changing, the flying windows are changing, so you just have to really be able to adapt to it. And it's something that I think we as a unit, we're really good at, you know, adapting to the operational tempo, making it work, you know. You know, you do what you need to do to get the job done. You know, you put in the work, put in the effort, and, you know, it always ends up working out in the end. You know, you just gotta, if someone's going slow, you help them out. If someone's on top of their stuff, you know, you make sure that they are helping out people around them. Yeah, it's all about adapting to the situation. And the operational tempo out here is, I wouldn't say it's any slower than home station, but I mean, it's not anything we're not used to.